Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Taurus, June 25, 2025. It may be best to avoid going to extremes today, but it's also a good idea to acknowledge what you're feeling. Keep in mind that it's best not to feel pressured into expressing yourself if you don't feel ready to do so. Today's Sun-Saturn square could pit your need for personal space against your desire for feedback or company. Try not to read too much into slowdowns, as the flaws of a situation appear more prominent than the strengths temporarily. You could be second-guessing a partner, a plan, or yourself, but you might decide to use a temporary block, hesitation, or delay as a chance to catch your breath. As a result, you may very well come to a more realistic assessment of a relationship or project. Don't let insecurity prevent you from opportunity, but do wait for a better day to pursue your desires more directly. Keep in mind that people may be a little tight or spare with their emotions, or their withholding, but it's temporary. Today will make you feel like a balloon that has deflated, Capricorn. You could feel like the entire world is giving off rocky vibrations. This is because the mighty Sun, our great luminary and the ruler of ego and consciousness, is charging through your solar house of relationships and will have his light obscured by a fierce Saturn across the sky. This violent clash of fire and ice is never pleasant and signals some darker energy. Heavy news may appear around family, home, domesticity, your parents, or even real estate. Prepare and buckle down. This is a good time to be cautious in negotiations and other sensitive dealings. Other folks are caggier than usual about their motivations, and you need to reflect carefully before proceeding. You may find yourself full of hope and good intentions these days. It's a feeling that you enjoy, and yet you may sense a shadow feeling that isn't quite as rosy. The question is how far you can bring your hopes and aspirations into reality. How you are able to actually live your dreams. You need to ground yourself through physical exercise and give your body the opportunity to express hope and joy the way it knows how, through good health. Let the power of this day's vibration work for you. You are sure to notice that you are better able to think about your life in a more objective way. Try looking at where you are and what you're doing from an outside perspective. Consider whether or not you are heading in the best direction or your needs. Further, use this energy to help you make any changes that are necessary. The strength and insight you gain from this essence will help you along. Having the moon in a playful and creative part of your chart over the weekend is always an advantage. Especially when it is not only the moon's only visit while Venus is here, but just as Mars is spending his last weekend in your sector of adventure, travel, learning and discovery in 2 years. While the moon is bringing the two together. This is also simply amplifying a swing to the playful, creative and adventurous side of life's fence that is here to stay, or at least for the time being. It is in the second half of the year that things are destined to take a busier turn, making this something that needs to be embraced. Just having the moon in your romantic sector over the weekend is an advantage, but it's only visit while Venus, the planet of love, is here, and as they align today, this is making this one of the most romantical charged weekends of the year. The moon's friendly aspect to Mars, in his first weekend in an adventurous part of your chart, has already started to bring a mix of romance, passion and adventure together. This comes on what is also an especially good weekend on the communication and relationship fronts. Taurus, your quiet determination is your gift today. Quote of the day: loyalty to your own path is strength, not stubbornness. Color: warm beige, solid and sincere. Lucky numbers: 4, 7, 15. Psalm. One may challenge your approach, but stay grounded in what feels right. Stillness doesn't mean stuck, it means sure. Our eyes in the sky. For June 25, 2025, the cards speak with a voice both soft and empowering, as if the universe is gently guiding us back into alignment with what really matters. Today's draw: the Star, Page of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the Moon, and Knight of Swords paints a day that calls for quiet hope, tender curiosity, trust in your legacy, and brave, focused movement despite uncertainty. The message begins with the star, a symbol of healing, renewal, and the soul's deepest wishes. After hows or confusion, this card shows up like the first clear night after a storm, reminding you that your light, no matter how distant it sometimes feels, is still there. Today is a powerful invitation to reconnect with what inspires you, what lifts your spirit when the world feels heavy. This could be as simple as listening to a song that brings tears to your eyes, or writing down one small dream you haven't given up on. Even in quiet moments, your hope is powerful. Let it live and breathe again. The innocence of the Page of Cups follows with a curious heart. This card is often about emotional openness, creativity, and unexpected messages, like when someone texts you right as you're thinking of them, or you suddenly remember a childhood wish that still matters. You may feel extra sensitive today, or more imaginative, and that's not something to push away. Let your inner child speak. Let yourself wonder, imagine, even flirt with life a little. This is a perfect day to let go of perfection. And be willing to play, to reach out, to be emotionally honest even if your voice shakes a little. Next, the Ten of Pentacles brings you back to earth in the most comforting way. This is the card of long-term blessings of family, home, security, and building something that lasts. It reminds you that your presence matters in ways you might not see yet. You're contributing to a larger story, your lineage, your community, your legacy. It's a great day to check in on your foundations. How's your home feeling lately? Are you proud of what you're nurturing? And even if some things feel out of place right now, this card says you're further along than you think. And then comes the moon, with its shadows, dreams, and deep waters. This card doesn't speak in straight lines, it speaks in symbols, feelings, and intuitions. Today, not everything may make logical sense, but that's okay. The moon reminds us that uncertainty can still be sacred. Trust your gut. If something feels off, listen. If something pulls at your heart, follow it. This is a card that asks us to walk through the fog with faith that our inner light will lead the way. Your emotions today are not distractions, they're maps. Finally, the Knight of Swords rides in with purpose. This knight doesn't wait for perfect timing, he moves. His message is about taking mental clarity and turning it into action. Is there something you've been overthinking? Today could be the day to just start, even if it's messy. Have the conversation, the email, make the change. Don't rush blindly, but don't stay stuck in analysis either. Let your courage lead. Together, these cards invite you into a deeply human space, a place where hope meets intuition, where play meets purpose, and where stillness coexists with bold motion. Today, you're being asked to listen within, trust your vision, and begin the next step of your journey even if it's still forming in the mist. What is the star reminding you to believe in again? What is the moon stirring in your heart? And where is your Knight of Swords asking you to finally act? Let this day be your own blend of softness and strength. And if any part of this reading resonates with your story today, I invite you to share it. Your reflections might be exactly what someone else needs to hear.